Alright, welcome back to another video. I'm in my car again, my truck. But okay, I just finished watching Flash. I need to watch it again. I need some captions to see the exact words that they use in certain parts of this movie. This is a spoiler alert. This is a good iconic movie, and I learned a couple things from it too, and I want to go over that in this video. It's a lot, and I'm gonna see if I can, if I can retract the information that I, seen in this movie, The Flash 2023. So basically, for those that don't know, Flash, his mother died in a certain reality. He tried to undo it by going back to the past. He achieved it. The Flash, he achieved doing that, but he didn't realize that it would tangle up other realities. It would tangle up other realities, and he managed to do that. He ended up meeting his duplicate self in the movie. Long story short, I saw basically Flash came face to face with his past self that tried to undo all of the mistakes that he kept making. You see what I'm saying? Man, I'm telling y'all gotta watch the movie, man. It's too much. Like, I literally wish I could just watch the movie like live and point out the different subliminal messages that I'm getting right then and there, because man, cause when I try to make a video, I be done forgot, but in my mind, it already clicked for me. I just be trying to share it. So basically, I seen a part where they was in the multiverse, the different realities, they were bleeding into each other because Flash's old self was in his ego, right? And he felt like he felt like he was able to fix all of his mistakes just because he had gained that power. You see what I'm saying? Which is Flash's younger self. Now, the lesson that I got from that movie is basically like this. The older Flash, he was the one who tried to fix his past or whatnot, and him doing that ended up him meeting his younger self, aka his lower self. And if you look at the scene where Flash was in the Batcave, going back and forth with his with his past self, aka what I understand to be his lower self, they were arguing. See, Barry, the older Flash, was trying to tell the younger Flash, well, he wasn't trying to tell him something, but basically at that moment when they were going back and forth, I could see that the older Barry was talking to his younger self, aka his lower self, aka his ego. His younger self did not know. His younger self was immature, but the older Barry was aware. He was conscious. He had experience. So he had the upper hand. He was trying to teach his lower self, aka this flesh. He was trying to teach his lower self that he can't just fix mistakes or whatnot. I just go watch the movie. But that's the lesson that I was getting from that particular scene. When they were going back and forth. So I saw that as him yelling, him arguing with his lower self, his matrix self. But what else I saw in there? It was they showed different realities start bleeding into each other, because they was in the multiverse. The older Barry was in the multiverse with the younger Barry, aka they were outside of space and time. They had ran so fast that they had reached the flashpoint to where they were outside of space and time, to where they could tap into any fabric of reality and change it if they wanted to. But the thing is, they would have to do it multiple times, like millions of times, just to change one mistake that happened. You see what I'm saying? So Flash had ended up getting knocked out of the multiverse by his old younger self, and that's how it all started. He was basically the villain, I guess you can say. Man, that's an interesting movie. So, because if you look at the movie, you'll see that the old Flash, he was covered in all of that dark matter. He was like in a dark matter suit. And the younger Barry had ended up punching him in the face, and half of his suit had came off, and it revealed who he was, which was an older version of Barry's younger self, because his younger self was so much in his ego that he felt like he was able to fix the mistakes that Barry had created. It's kind of hard to explain using, because, you know, it's two of them. Like I said, you just got to go watch the movie for yourself, because I get it. What's another lesson that I got from it? Basically getting your powers. Because, you know, they say with great power comes great responsibility. When Barry's younger self got the powers, he felt very egotistical. That's just like us. If we get certain powers or power, we'll feel like we can just do anything that we feel fit to our satisfaction. You see what I'm saying? But it always don't work like that. And that's why I get the lesson from, in these movies, they say you can't just start using your powers amongst civilians and stuff like that. Because for one, I guess it's unfair. You see what I'm saying? So I guess that's what they meant in the movie. I'm not sure. That's just one perspective that I have of that particular scene. Because he was like, Barry, I have powers now? And when he found out that he had powers, he started abusing them. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we can't abuse our power. We got to use it for righteous intentions. What's another? They had like multiple different Supermans in there. Bro, they had Supergirl, and they literally showed where she had to be put into the sun. Barry had said, go put out in the sun so she can get her power or whatnot. They literally showing you how our power is the sun. Well, I ain't gonna say it's our source or whatnot, but it's part of the source that we use to get charged up. You see what I'm saying? And I was even having a discussion with my mom, you know, telling her about the sun and stuff like that. She was saying that, well, they say, you know, sometimes they say you can have a heat stroke. And I was saying to her that it's mainly because you're not eating the right food. They've terraformed the planet. They terraform the food. They terraform our minds. So therefore, the sun is going to burn unnatural doing. You see what I'm saying? It's going to burn everything that's unnatural. So of course you're going to have a heat stroke, because you're not natural anymore. But if your body is in good condition and you're not eating GMO food, you're well hydrated, it won't be no such thing as a heat stroke. You see what I'm saying? And the only reason you have a heat stroke is because the sun is doing its job. It's burning the unnatural elements in your body. And in my opinion, that kind of is like, it's not killing you, it's like it's trying to get rid of the virus. You see what I'm saying? But we see it, the doctors and the stuff, you know, the doctors and stuff, they announce it as, okay, he had a heat stroke. No, the sun was trying to heal you, but because your body isn't in natural conditions anymore, it's gonna be referred to as a heat stroke. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. What I didn't like about the movie Flash is they had too many animation CGI scenes, but I still like it for what it is, as far as like the messages that I got from it. Yeah, it was interesting, man. It was funny. I peeped some elements such as they had Barry in there cross dressing. I know they showed a lot of men displaying a lot of femininity. So I know that's part of the agenda. They had Barry, he was wearing an old lady sweater. You'll see that in the movie if you go watch it. Like, it was this older couple, white lady and a white man, and Barry needed clothes because he had entered that reality. And of course he would get the old white woman's clothes instead of getting the old man's clothes. I think he probably had got the pants, but the message, what's the word? The perspective that I was getting from it was they showing you that men cross dress, aka dress like a woman. And then they had another dude he was a roommate. He lift his leg up, showing you a tattoo of Marty McFly. That's another that's another Easter egg, I think. They showing us that they showing us all these multiverse movies, right? I think that they're gonna recreate Back to the Future. Watch. As long as, I mark my words, as long as this system's still going, they're gonna try to recreate Back to the Future with Marty McFly. They're gonna make a new one for the new generation. And they're gonna probably have a lot of agendas in it too. You know. Tell y'all, I be peeping game. I be paying attention to how they dress, the characters that they use. Like, you can just tell, like, they'll get a female character, but that looks like a damn male, and it'll confuse the children, cause you won't know what type of gender they are. You see what I'm saying? Gender confusion. So that's something else I peeped in the movie, or a lot of these recent movies anyway. Back to Marty McFly, Back to the Future. I think they're gonna recreate it because they're dealing with changing the past and stuff like that. They're trying to make a reset, and Flash pretty much represents he pretty much represents the reset. Flash, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you power down and then you power back up. The Flash, it happens in the Flash. You see what I'm saying? So they're trying to shut down the system, then they're gonna power back up. But at the end of the day, we really control it. I mean, we control if we gonna let it power back up or not. But, you know, we don't know ourselves as a collective now, so it's gonna be a minute before we realize that, in my opinion. So, yeah, I seen when the realities were clashing into each other on the movie, they were represented as like big colorful balls of that looked like the Infinity Stones, and they were crashing into each other. You could see holes in fabric. You could see holes in the multiverse, and they had clashed into each other. And that goes back to these videos that we seeing online where they got holes in the sky. They showing us these things in the movies where you got holes in the sky, and that's pretty much, I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if it's a natural phenomenon or not, but that's what I'm seeing, and they got it in the movie. So I don't know if that's man or, you know, nature or whatnot. But yeah, they also had in the movie Flash this guy by the name of General Zod. They showed you where, okay, Zod to me translates to God. You know, Zod is like, you know, Zod or Zeus, a god. You see what I'm saying? Zeus and God mixed together, you get Zod. He's a powerful being. He even mentioned in the movie that he comes from a realm that's far beyond. He had revealed himself on TV, and everybody in the city that had tuned in, everybody was watching their devices, and he had showed up on the television screen. He was announcing where he from and stuff like that. Yeah. What else? Zod. Oh yeah, they showed you how they terraformed the planet. He even, out of his mouth, he said this world must die so ours can live. So basically, they literally admitting that they had to destroy the natural version of Earth and recreate it, aka all of these buildings that you see around us at this very moment, all of these businesses and stuff like that. That's by the work of Zod and his team, and of course some of us who helped build up this world. So yeah, I'm about to get ready to end this video because I think my phone getting hot and it'll probably shut off, and I don't want to do that mid video. So yeah, just go watch the movie Flash. It's a good movie. I want to watch it again so I can get more messages from it. And yeah, that's all I have. I appreciate y'all for listening, and hopefully you understand me even though I stutter or whatnot. So yeah, peace.